You know who I am, the J. Roos Theory. Beat down that thumbs up on your way in, or on your way out, or on the replay or live, waiting for y'all to come on in. Subscribe here, the J. Roos Theory. Subscribe to channel number 2 in WJ. Cash App, $J Roos 33. Instagram, the J. Roos Theory. Shout out to Troy Archer from Yard Out Fitness. Got my Stay in the Pocket t-shirt. And go subscribe to Yard Out Fitness. Great channel, you know. He's funny, eats a lot of great food. He's down with the discipline. It's a fitness channel, you know. There's only a few fitness channels that I actually watch. Chris Jones, and probably just Yard Out Fitness. There's other guys I used to watch, you know, back in the day, but some of those dudes fell off. Some of them got silly. Some of them weren't being genuine about their nutrition and their use of the juice, if you know what I mean. So there's only a couple dudes that I actually watch. And Yard Out Fitness is one of those real genuine guy. And I think you'll like him. So go subscribe to Yard Out Fitness. Go subscribe to Chris Jones from Pump Chasers. Now, what I want to talk about are the face-offs that I'm seeing. Skrilla 50, what's up with you, man? Thanks for coming through, dude. Thanks for coming through. I just started this one too, man. I'm talking about these face-offs that I'm seeing lately. I'm not at all liking what I'm seeing. In fact, I didn't even do a video about the Moses Atalma Jermaine Franklin face-off. I thought that was just complete garbage. Are these guys getting paid so much money that the eye of the tiger is not there anymore? Now it's the eye of the turtle. Love fest when I see a face-off, and you can tell the mediator tries to get things stirred up by asking certain questions, and it's still a love fest. You know, I want to see something like AJ when he was face to face with Charles Martin, AJ with Dillian White, something like that. I would love to see the Big Baby Miller AJ face off that never came out because the fight was called off. I want to see dudes that are hungry to fight. I don't want to see dudes talking about eating Five Guys after a fight, but that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. And it's kind of played out. I was on Kurt's live stream earlier with the Wilder versus Chisora face off. Oh, Kurt talked about that? Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. I didn't know he talked about that. Yeah, that Wilder Chisora face off, man. I did a video about it. It hasn't come out yet. Didn't cover like I said, the Jermaine Franklin, Moses Atalma one. I didn't cover that at all. But I'm talking about the Wilder Chisora fight, and I don't like to see this Derek Chisora. I picked Chisora to beat Deontay Wilder to stop him, but I'm kind of questioning my own decision now because it was such a love fest. You know, Chisora tried to throw in some, you know, some aggressive verbiage at the end, you know, saying he's going to retire Deontay Wilder with him, and Wilder has no idea what he's in for. But then he's talking about how hard he can punch. I don't want to see that Derek Chisora, man. I want to see the trash talking Derek Chisora. You know, you don't have to go too far like he always does, but I want to see the aggressive Derek Chisora. I don't want to see the, oh man, we're buddies and let's have Five Guys. That gives me cause to pause. That was a terrible face-off. And this softer Deontay Wilder is not what I'm looking for either. Lately, when he comes talking like that, he gets beat to a pulp. That Deontay Wilder is not the one that was knocking out everybody. It's not that Deontay Wilder. And I don't know what got to happen to bring it out of him. Wilder and Chisora look like best friends. Yeah, man. They definitely look like best friends. In every face-off I've seen with these two, Chisora says somebody that sticks out, which is what does this say? I've seen with these every face-off I've seen with these two, Chisora says something that sticks out, which is thou shalt not pass. Yeah, I heard him say that. I guess that was his way of trying to act like he means business. We'll see. I prefer the friendly face-offs to the obviously manufactured beef we sometimes get. I don't think the face-offs are ever manufactured. I really don't, because these dudes are going in there to knock each other's heads off. I haven't really seen a face-off where I felt I was seeing some bad acting or even good acting. I remember some people thought the Lennox Lewis Hasim Rockman fight on ESPN was staged. Absolutely not. There is no way in the world that was staged at all. If you know Lennox Lewis and you know Hasim Rockman, you know them two meant business. But some people think everything is WWE. I know WWE kind of bought some stock in the UFC now, or some ownership, so hopefully those fights aren't scripted now that Dana White isn't completely running the show. Wasn't Dana being investigated by the FBI about some stage fights? I was like, not Dana. Like, he puts on like all the matches that the MMA fans want to see. I don't think Dana would do nothing like that, and that's my honest opinion. I always say I'm not the biggest Dana White guy, but I don't see him as staging no fights, but that's another topic. Here, Devin Haney's supposed to fight Rolly Romero too. What's up with that? I think Chisora is lowering Wilder's defenses. That could be. That could be. Get him to feel like it's going to be a party and then knock his block off. Lennox is very prideful and Rockman is from my hometown. Yeah, there's no way that was fake. When people said that, I was like, you could tell just how they were talking back and forth that was exactly what it appeared to be. There was no funny business involved with that. They would have had to be top level actors in order for that to be staged. I just knew. I've seen a lot of bad acting on reality shows. That wasn't that. That wasn't bad acting. That was real. And I remember they even went on the Jim Rome show after, and it was so heated they had to come out separately. They didn't want them two in the same room at the same time. Well, Lennox Lewis didn't mind. Hasim Rockman didn't want no smoke with Lennox Lewis. Hasim Rockman told Emanuel Stewart after that first fight where he knocked out Lennox Lewis, he said he was about to quit, according to Emanuel Stewart. And so afterwards, when he started bragging and acting like he was a world beater, I thought, wow, that's funny. You just told Emanuel you were about to quit if that knockout hadn't appeared all of a sudden. But the ego, especially in boxing, is a powerful thing. I had to sit through people partying for 2 weeks straight after the first fight, so it's satisfying to watch Lennox win the second fight. Yeah, people always was hating on Lennox Lewis, man. I had certain family members like that. They just, I don't know, man. I got compared a lot to Lennox Lewis when I had my dreads everywhere I went. So it's like they were seeing Lewis as me. So it's like they wanted me to get defeated. I remember the night Lennox Lewis Mike Tyson. But I remember the night Lennox Lewis beat Mike Tyson. My family all went to a different house to watch it. And only two of my cousins were rooting for Lewis. So the rest of the family came on in with their heads down and just took it straight to bed. But my one cousin said, "Your boy won." And they're like, "Shut up." That was funny. I will never forget that. Lennox Lewis knocked out Mike Tyson, and they did not like it. How you like them apples? Gala or reality? But yeah, people used to hate some Lennox Lewis. Lennox is my favorite heavyweight of all time, and second is Foreman. Foreman's one of my faves too. Kurt is a huge Tyson fan. Yeah, he is, and he's a Lennox Lewis hater. That's what I don't understand about you, Mr. Kurt. I don't understand, man. I talked to Kurt for like 6 hours on the phone the other night, man. Funny, funny guy, man. You guys have no idea how funny this guy is off air. But yeah, I'm gonna have to tell him about this Lennox Lewis thing, man. Join the pugilist specialist, Kurt. I remember when Kurt was saying that Lennox Lewis was so arrogant or something at that last interview he did with Larry Merchant after the Klitschko fight, which I attended. He just did not like that version of Lennox Lewis. And I was like, how you gonna call Lennox Lewis prideful for that interview after all the interviews Mike Tyson done said? I mean, all the stuff Mike has said on interviews, you could find whole monologue or montages of stuff Mike Tyson has said. I don't do interviews with women unless I fornicate with them. So you shouldn't continue unless you want to. Yeah, Mike went at it. Mike went at it. So I don't know what Kurt's talking about with that one. I really don't. But I guess if you just like a fighter, you're going to nitpick the other guy that you don't like and then big up the guy that you do like. I guess we all do it. See me rocking the bangs there. But yeah. I'm sure he is. Kurt is a really cool guy. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for Kurt, I wouldn't have met you. That's true, isn't it, man? Yeah, because you're a moderator over there. I think I made you a moderator over here, didn't I? If not, let me do it right now. There you go. Just made you a moderator for the J. Roos Empire. So if I get any trolls in here trying to talk crazy, you know what to do. Body slam them dudes. A digital body slam. Excuse me. My favorite heavyweight of all of this era is AJ, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Caballero. I feel that. Same with me. My favorite is AJ, you know. Oh shoot. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, mine is AJ too. Okay, what did I just do? I hit something. Now I got these words on the screen. Come on, YouTube. Get these words off my screen. It says orientation locked. Yeah, I know that. I don't need it across the screen. YouTube. It's glitches or something else. But yeah, I like AJ, man. I wish he'd get his spirit right. You know, hopefully that'll come hanging with Alexander Usyk. I like Usyk a lot, man. I like Caballero. Um, those are probably my top guys. I like Tyson Fury, but he can wear on my nerves with all the language and stuff. Because it's like he and Ryan Garcia got to stop with saying I'm a Christian and then dropping like f bombs right after. That's not a good look, and they don't seem to understand that. I know you're in a rough sport, but you ain't got to drop f bombs like your Andrew Dice Clay or Richard Pryor, man. It's not called for. Thanks. I appreciate that. You trust me to be a mod on your channel. I won't let you down. Oh yeah, man. You solid dude, man. You a solid dude. You giving me some information behind the scenes, and yeah, I could tell you're a cool dude, man. You ever in Atlanta or when I'm in California, man, we gotta hang out, man. Paint the town. It's a lot of Bati boys in Atlanta, though, man. A lot. You guys see the beef now with 50 Cent and Clarissa Shields? She's on Fight Hype trying to defend herself. Like I said, I had an interview on here about a year or two ago with Clarissa's friend. She has a channel, Jada the Boxer. Me and Jada were pretty tight. We talked on the phone many times. I had her on, but I deleted the interview because there was a lot being said about Clarissa Shields and some other things that I didn't like. But she was, I know a lot about Clarissa Shields that I won't even talk about. But she was saying a lot on here, and I didn't post it because I'm thinking, Clarissa is not here to defend herself. So I didn't. Once I did the live interview, I went back later and took it down because I was just like, nah. But yeah, 50 Cent is going at it with T.I., and of course T.I.'s boys went too far with 50 Cent's mother. That was way too far. But some of these youngins got to learn the hard way. But 50 Cent ain't the one to play with, man. He's just not. I didn't like that little AI video that 50, whoever did it for 50, how it looked like the dude, Max B, like they had a crown around his head, like Yeshua or who they call Jesus. I didn't like that at all. Don't get crazy with it. Yeah, the entertainment industry is foul, but I don't know what's going on with this Clarissa Shields thing, but looks like it's getting heated, and she's thinking about or talking about suing 50. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy work. I like Usyk's personality. He seems like a cool person to yeah, he does seem real cool. I get that too because he's like real playful. He's funny, has a good sense of humor, and I am Phil. I am very Phil. 50 is not a person to beef with. No, he's not. No, he's not. He has too many resources. Curtis Jackson. Clarissa makes herself unlikable with how she carries herself 100%. It's Tyson Fury and what's his name? What's the dude to beat Jake Paul? There was Tommy Fury. They always say 100%. Yeah, I don't like how she carries herself. The whole Layla beef is totally out of line. Yeah, Layla would crush Shields with the proper training camp. I believe that too. I don't know how people are acting like Clarissa would go in there and clean Layla's clock. When has Clarissa cleaned anybody's clock? She's not a knockout puncher. Layla was. I had even said before that Clarissa had been down and Layla hadn't. I saw footage where Layla had been knocked down. but she got right up and finished the job. So both fighters have been down, but out of the two, Layla's the harder puncher, and boxing is clearly in the DNA. You know who her dad is. So all these people talking about Shields is the GWOAT. Nah, I don't even like that term GWOAT because GWOAT isn't a word, so it's not clever. It's not clever. Oh, she's the GWOAT. Yeah, stop. Stop. 18 fights with 3 KOs. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I mean, who wants to put down pay-per-view? And these pay-per-views are starting to get pretty high lately, like the old days when Mike Tyson fought. These pay-per-views are starting to climb like the stock market. So would you put down your hard-earned money to watch someone with 18 wins and 3 knockouts? That's not very impressive or fun to watch. In fact, her ring entrances might be more entertaining than the actual fight. So if she wants to be the GWOAT, as she calls it, she might want to work on her punching power. You know, she can do that in a lot of ways. She can sit down on her punches. She can work on throwing punches with dumbbells at different weights. She can learn to put her body into it more, swing from the legs up, and not just arm punches. There's a lot she can do. And she has a lot of people around her that know boxing well. Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford. She's got a lot of people that know her and can teach her a lot of things, but you ain't no GWOAT, man, until you start KOing some people. And I know boxing isn't just about knockouts, but it's what puts people in the seats. Why do you think Mike Tyson was so big? Because he was putting people to sleep. She's got to do less of this and more of this. She wouldn't have to do these talk. She was in the headlines talking about beating Rolly. I think I did see that. It was so outlandish. I don't think I even clicked on the video though. I'm like, because she loves talking about beating up men. Man, you're not now women, so how you gonna beat a man? And then that one sparring partner that knocked her down, did she say he cheated or something? It's like, okay, so he had to cheat to beat you. Here we go with that narrative. I'm so tired of the cheating stuff. So now if anybody does really cheat, it'll be hard to notice because Deontay made it so bad by saying that Fury cheated. It's like now, if anybody else says somebody cheated, I'm probably not going to believe him because Deontay clearly wasn't telling the truth. If you know what I mean. Still waiting on that documentary too, man. That thing ain't never coming out. We could place bets on that. Who would like to bet me their whole paycheck that the documentary of Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury is never coming out? I'll give you 5 years. If it hasn't come out in 5 years, pay up. Yeah, I'm on my Boys in the Hood. I keep watching that. Anybody mess with Jay, all they gonna hear is Ricky. Mess with me, all you gonna hear is Ricky. Those of you that have seen Boys in the Hood know exactly what I'm talking about. Just messing around with y'all. I hate that YouTube darkened my screen, man. She said that he didn't have padding in his gloves. Yeah, I forgot that. Yep, I remember that. So if he didn't have padding in his gloves, she should have, excuse me, noticed it before she got knocked down. She should have been like, "Hey, I could feel that knuckle through that glove," and she should have been able to just see how the glove fit. But she waited till the knockdown to say, "Oh, he cheated. He didn't have any padding in his glove." Oh, the guy that knocked her down was KO by Rolly. Oh, so is that why she's talking junk about Rolly now? Wow. Clarissa's just not. She's just not my cup of tea, man. There's a way to talk trash, and there's a way not to talk trash. Hold on, I gotta get some water. Oh. Be right back, y'all. Hang tight. What's up, y'all? What's going on? What I miss? But yeah, Clarissa wants to fight men and Tank wants to beat women. Davis versus Shields. Let's make it happen. The battle of the sexes, like what was it, Billie Jean King and I forget who back in the day with the tennis match. Yeah, that would be interesting. Of course, I got to go with Tank. He can actually punch. Clarissa's more lethal with the lip service than she is with the hands. She got a mouth on her. She got a lot to say. Probably make an okay battle rapper, but she ain't too vicious with the hands, man. She wouldn't have beat fighters like Lucia Riker and stuff like that. No way, man. No way. If you don't know who Lucia Riker is, go check her out. I actually saw her in person. She was in attendance at the Lennox Lewis Klitschko fight in LA. Layla fought on that card too. I was privileged to see her fight. My main topic, though, I'm way off, and y'all know that's what I do. I get off topic. I'm talking about these face-offs that are too much of a love fest for my taste. Why even show a face-off if these dudes are just gonna be buddy buddy? Ann Wolf would have ravaged Shields. Yeah, she would have. Ann Wolf would have put them things on her. She would have put them things on her. Ann Wolf, man, tough girl. I forgot about her. When you think of the best of all time, you think of guys that can box and punch, or a guy that can just punch. But guys that just box, it's like Floyd Mayweather, great boxer, great defense, never lost. But you know, is it exciting to watch? Because you're trying to sell a fight. It's still a business. You want to sell a fight. You don't want a highlight reel of just defense. Like, whoa, look at how he got out of the way of that hook. Whoa, look at that. No, you want to see some dudes getting their snot box busted, getting knocked through the ropes. That's what we pay the big money for. Know what I mean? Like I said, go subscribe to Yard Out Fitness. Troy Archer, great channel, funny guy. He's got some great stories and great workout tips. Got my Stay in the Pocket shirt. He always says stay in the pocket, which means stay focused, stay dedicated, or I like to say livicated, you know, stay disciplined. Discipline beats motivation. You're not going to always be motivated, but if you're disciplined, you get it done. So I support that 100%. Chet Perry, what's up to you, man? Jay Roos, did you try the what? The chicken sandwich? Oh, no, I sure didn't, man. I forgot all about that. Thanks for reminding me. I sure didn't. I'm such a burger guy, I forgot that. Yeah, that Shake Shack is no joke, dude. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, that Floyd Connor fight was that was way overhyped. Connor's acting very bizarre when I've seen him lately. You know, he's supposed to is he in Roadhouse with Tyron Woodley? Tyron Woodley got his snot box busted against Anderson on the Jake Paul undercard with Anthony Joshua. Of course, you know, Ronda Rousey's back against Gina Carano, both from Fast and Furious. Gina from The Mandalorian, Star Wars. They're supposed to get it on. Francis Ngannou on the undercard against what's his name, Felipe Lins or something like that. But they're back, but not with UFC. They're with MVP. Jake Paul, who's calling out Francis Ngannou. You think Jake would have enough of getting hit by these big heavyweights? Do you really want to get hit by Francis Ngannou? I mean, your claim to fame shouldn't be, well, I lasted longer with AJ than you did. He's still going to touch your chin, man, and it ain't going to feel good. Just because AJ did that doesn't mean you're going to. You don't hit as hard as AJ, as you found out, Jakey Jake. That's on the real, champ. You might want to think that one through. Oh yeah, go check out I'm gonna put out a video. I did 25 knuckle push-ups after my workout. Really, I did 50 because I did them from two different angles. So that's why you see me kind of going slower towards the end. Because I was already spent from my previous workout. But yeah, that's how I do. Mic check 1 and the 2 when I come through. Oh yeah, I gotta start dropping more of my raps on here, man. I got some I ain't even put on here. You know, I got skills with the ink stick. And now Mano's in this beef with 50 Cent and T.I. is getting real nasty. I don't even care for Papoose. Jay Roos over Papoose. Donnie will throw 3 towels to save triple duns. I forgot about the Don Mega, Don Charles. I forgot all about that dude rejoining the Dubois camp. Well, at least he's on the payroll, you know. He's basically getting a check to just be a figurehead. I think Daniel just needed a guy to say that's his trainer and a yes man, but we all know his dad is really calling the shots. He seems to be the only guy that motivates Daniel Dubois. When is that fight again? Dubois versus Wardley. I got Wardley in that fight. Wardley don't seem to have no quit in him. Daniel does. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. Y'all know about Daniel Boone. Take y'all back, Jack. Speaking of TV, when is the reboot of A Different World coming out? They filmed that here in Atlanta. I don't want to see no agendas, y'all, because we know that's probably what's coming. The Dream Team is back. Triple D and Donnie Two Towels. Donnie Two Towels Charles. Two towels. Not one towel, but two. Yeah, if Daniel Dubois gets knocked out here, man, I don't know. I don't know. What's next for Dubois? If Wardley loses here, it'll be his first loss. He can still go on and have a great career. Dubois, he can still have a okay career. He's still, what you guys like to say, youthful, He can go on and probably have a great career, but you know. I wouldn't mind seeing Dubois versus Deontay Wilder. Both guys should lose. They should just make that fight happen. Deontay Wilder versus Daniel Triple D Dubois. Daniel probably would win that fight. I think he could take the right hand of Deontay, and I think his strength would kind of overwhelm Deontay. This Deontay Wilder is way too friendly for my taste. I don't want to hear him say catch your body, but I mean, come on, man. His mouthpiece spinning like frisbees, and now he's fighting Wardley. Well, you know why? You know why Daniel Dubois is getting another chance? Wait for it. You know why? Frank Warren. Warren seems to really like Daniel Dubois. I think he just wants a British guy with the belts because you see how Joseph Parker is kind of way in the background. We haven't heard nothing about a B sample or nothing. I'm hearing he might be suspended for a year or two and we just don't know about it, which is completely ridiculous. Frank Warren just really likes Daniel Dubois. He has a liking for him. I don't know the history of that, but that's the only reason I can think of that Dubois keeps getting these shots, and he's getting a shot after getting stopped by Usyk. Yeah, that is something to make you say, Don't get it. Don't get it. I do not get it. Triple D would crush the ayahuasca Wilder. Yeah, that ayahuasca is not working, dude. The kinder, gentler Wilder is not the same dude. I think all that stuff that went on in his personal life that he likes to talk about, I think that affected him and took something out of him besides the beating that he got from Joseph Parker, Fury, and Zhang. And I keep saying, you notice Wilder ain't calling out Zhang. He don't want the Chinaman. He don't want no smoke with Zhang. The pecking order of Frank Warren is Fury, Triple D, and Wardley. Then it's everyone else. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't Talma with Frank too? The guy that I feel is really being protected and overhyped, Mr. Moses Atalma. Moses Atalma went on a little rant on the face-off with Jermaine Franklin about people that have never boxed and how they don't know the sport because they never boxed. He probably saw my videos and got a little irritated. Well, Mr. Atalma, I've boxed longer than you, Chief, and I know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I would knock you out myself, dude. Not impressed by you. You got speed, you got power, but I got speed, I got power, and I'm bigger than you. Nah, man, I train harder than you too. Usyk versus Kabayel. Are we gonna see it? I believe we'll see it. I saw Kurt did a video where Kabayel was saying that everybody's ducking him. And when you knock guys out the way Caballero's doing, there's a reason guys are ducking him. They don't want that attack. Body punches are hard to recover from, and they're hard to defend against. It's kind of hard to block body punches. You can get out of the way of a lot of headshots, but it's hard to block body punches. It really is. And if you keep dropping your hands, something's coming up top. So yeah, Caballero's he's a monster. But I think we will get Usyk Caballero. Still got Usyk in that fight. Usyk is probably the only guy that can beat Caballero. Although I want to see how this new AJ is working with Team Usyk. I saw footage of AJ hitting the pads and doing light sparring. So he's getting back in the mix. You can see he's still in great shape. You've never seen AJ out of shape. I was looking at a video of him preparing for Klitschko about 5 years ago. I was watching that today while I was working out, and the dude he's a big guy, man. He's a big guy, real big guy. And you never seen him out of shape ever. That's how the great fighters are. You don't catch the great fighters out of shape. Caballero's not lying. If we don't see it, then Usyk is dropping another belt. Wow. Yeah, I think it's gonna happen though. Because who else can Usyk really fight? I don't want to see another Fury fight, although he was talking about he wanted to fight Fury after Rico, or there's someone else and then Rico. I don't even want to see the Rico fight, but Usyk has kind of earned a fight with the no name. He's fought all these tough guys, so he probably just needs a break and fighting someone that he can kind of just beat easily. AJ versus Caballero. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Ooh. Well, as you guys know, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, rumor has it that the reason AJ was dazed in the first fight with Andy Ruiz is because Caballero was the one that knocked him out in training camp and sparring, not Joey DeWaco as we all thought. I think it was Caballero. Right now, I would have to favor Caballero. I like Joshua better, But I got to be honest, Caballero's on a roll. AJ's been inactive. He hadn't had a fight since Dubois, and then it was against Jake Paul, who's not much of a test. So you got to go with the guy that's more active and beating some tough guys. Sanchez. Who else did Caballero beat? Zhang. He beat Makhmudov when everybody thought he was a monster. I said if there was anybody to have an upset on that card, when I first saw Caballero, I said it was that Caballero Makhmudov fight. I said if there's any upsets, it'll be that fight, and that's what it was. I know what I'm talking about, y'all. That's why you should subscribe. Beat down the like button. Donate to the platform. You ain't got to give a lot of money. $1 goes a long way, man. Just support the platform. Don't be a dine and dasher. Watch the videos. Don't comment. Don't like. Don't subscribe. Just watch and bounce. Is that what you do at a restaurant? You eat and be like, oh, there's the exit. Peace. Where's my tip? Yeah, Caballero's no joke, man. You know, Dillian White calls himself the body snatcher. The real body snatcher is Caballero. Caballero would stop Moses Atalma. I'm going to name some people that would stop Moses Atalma. And people you probably won't see him in the ring with because of this fact. Caballero would stop Moses Atalma. Zhang would stop Moses Atalma. I know that's controversial. I know you're thinking, no, he's way too fast, Jay Roos. Nah. The speed and power is not going to really phase Zhang, I don't think. He's just a big, thick guy that can take a punch and deliver. If you beat this guy, it has to be to the body like Caballero. You're not going to hit him in the chin and stop this dude. You're just not. And if Atalma goes to Zhang's body, he's going to get clipped with something. So Zhang would destroy Atalma. You heard it here first on the Jay Roos theory. Zhang would stop Atalma. Caballero would stop Atalma. You know what I want to see? Is Richard Torres versus Atalma. That's a tough fight to pick because they're both very fast. They throw combos. That's a tough one, man. I don't even know who to pick in that. You know, it'd be great if the American could pull it out. You know, Richard Torres would skyrocket to all the news clippings if he brings the American heavyweight back by stopping the British heavyweight up-and-comer Moses Atalma. If he could pull that off, if that fight could even happen, I mean, Dana White and Turkey got to make that fight happen down the road. Win, lose, or draw in his next fight. I don't care if Torres loses to Sanchez. I want to see Torres versus Moses Atalma because the styles are so similar. I think Atalma might be a tad faster, though, but it's a photo finish on the speed. They're both very fast. That's a tough one to pick. I don't know who to pick, but I want to see it. And why not? They're both up and comers. Got some bone broth, y'all. Y'all drink the bone broth with the collagen and the amino acids and protein. Don't cost very much. Collagen, like college in. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up for a dude if you will. I really appreciate it. Both are also untested. Yep. Both are untested. So that would be a great match. These matchmakers got to stop being afraid and put their guys in there, man. You can't protect them. Moses Atalma should be having more than 1 to 2 fights a year. Zhang punches like a kicking mule. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Mules probably talk to each other and say, "Man, we kick like Zhang. We kick like Zhang." Sanchez versus Ortiz. Great, great. Yeah. Yeah. Sanchez versus Ortiz's great great grandnephew. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, Ortiz is still fighting, man. Ortiz is still fighting. I don't know who he's fighting next, though. I'd like to even see like a Andy Ruiz versus a Moses Atama. That's a real hand speed battle. Uh, or Andy Ruiz versus Richard Torres. Riddick Bowe had some vicious face-offs back in the day. Yeah, Riddick Bowe always had something interesting at his fights. And Larry Donald press conference. Remember, he hit Larry Donald with the two-piece. And obviously that scared Larry Donald because when they had the fight in the ring after that, he seemed like he was scared. I still remember watching that fight where Riddick Bowe was beating the brakes off Larry Donald. And George Foreman said something about Larry Donald could win or he was doing good. And Larry Merchant sounded so disgusted. He said, "How so, George?" I'm like, I can't wait to hear this one. I used to love hearing Merchant and Foreman go at it like they was arguing. He's like, "How so, George?" Like, don't just try to be positive. Keep it real. But yeah, Riddick Bowe gave him a two-piece. Then Riddick Bowe had the fan man incident. Then he had the kicking match with Elijah Tillery where dude started kicking. And then Rock Newman comes up on the ring rope and pulls the dude out of the ring. The dude falls like a somersault out the ring. I mean, Riddick Bowe had a lot of stuff going on and made things just interesting. He got into it with Lennox Lewis after his fight with Evander Holyfield. It was Riddick Bowe was very entertaining, man. Shout out to Riddick Bowe. Hope he's doing well. The Andrew Galata riot. Oh, can't forget Riddick Bowe, Jorge Luis Gonzalez. They had to separate those two with a big old thick, look like bulletproof glass. Spencer Farron said that Ortiz was Lennox Lewis's sparring partner. I heard that. I wonder, is that true? He said Larry Merchant is great. I don't share that opinion that Merchant is racist. I know Kurt thinks so, but I heard Larry Merchant say that he didn't believe Marky Marciano would be undefeated had he fought some black fighters. And I don't think that's something a racist dude would say. A racist dude would say, "Oh no, Rocky Marciano, ain't nobody beating that guy." But I've heard Larry Merchant say some real positive things. I think Larry Merchant is just one of those. He's one of those guys that just say what he thinks. He doesn't. He doesn't give you the PC version. You know what people say behind closed doors is usually not what people say in public. Merchant's the kind of guy. He'll say in public what most people say behind closed doors. So you got to respect that. I don't think Merchant is racist. I never thought that. He said a lot of things I didn't like, but I never thought he was racist. I didn't pick that up from him, and I've known a lot of racists and seen racists, and he doesn't seem to fit that category. I can see why it can come across like that, though. You know, the confrontation with Mayweather, Lennox Lewis, and some others, but that just happens to be because he's announcing fights with mostly black fighters. So if he says something that's not appealing, he's going to come across like, "Oh, you don't like black people," when he's really just going at the fighter. You know, it has nothing to really do with skin color. In fact, Larry Merchant, I think, picked Terrence Crawford to beat Canelo. I heard Jim Lampley say that, you know, if Crawford could get in and get out, then he saw no reason why he couldn't win. I think he compared it to Sugar Ray against Hagler. So yeah, I don't think a racist would have picked Terrence Crawford to beat Canelo. That would have been his opportunity to be like, nah, Canelo's about to beat the brakes off Terrence. Yeah, that I mean. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up, subscribe, both channels, this one and WJ. You might have to type in WJ Boxing because there's some other in WJs, but this is the real one. This is the real authentic. I said it in a minute. In WJ, Instagram, the J Roos Theory, Cash App, $ J Roos 33, and that's Roos, not Ross. So break yourself. Make it rain on that Cash App. I'm a big guy. I gotta eat, man. Gotta eat. And you know the healthy foods are the most expensive foods. That's how you know if a food is good for you or not. If it's real cheap, it's probably not good for you. If it's expensive, it's probably good for you. Bruce Gas in the building, boxing, jazz, and more. What's up, Bruce? How you doing tonight? Go subscribe to my dude, Bruce Gas. Knows a lot about boxing. Any fights tonight? No fights tonight, huh? Guess we got the Keith Thurman fight coming up. Seen what? I forgot what you're referring to, Skrilla. Oh yeah, there's a fight right now, but I don't know those dudes. I saw Boxing Way was live. I don't know the dudes that are fighting. Says yeah, good card on right now. I might have to catch his live stream though. Miller couldn't valet Riddick's car. Arnold Barroza versus Kenneth Sims. See, I don't know. I don't know them. I don't even know what division that is. Real good card on the zone. Okay. Thanks for letting me know because I was wondering if there are any fights tonight. Wilder versus Chisora in a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Good card. You will know them soon. Yeah, I need to do my homework on them. Oscar Calizzo, a future pound for pound. I'm gonna check him out too. I don't know him either. I'm gonna go live for the card. Oh, you're going live for it? I might come through there then and check you out, man. Cause yeah, I don't know these dudes. Fundora versus Thurman in 2 weeks. Yeah, then that's the Richard Torres Sanchez fight on that undercard, I do believe. I would like to see that a lot. When I said a lot, I thought of Jim Carrey. What's up with that Jim Carrey thing, man? That person, people saying that wasn't Jim Carrey. Y'all know about the Mandela effect and that thing about Sinbad playing a genie in a movie, and everyone says they saw it, and people, and you Google it, they're like, no, that movie never existed. Even Sinbad says it didn't exist, and everyone says it did exist. I'm about to ask y'all a question. This has nothing to do with boxing, but I need y'all's help here. I'm gonna do a video on it, hopefully on my WJ channel. Y'all know the cartoon on PBS, Curious George? Well, I know for a fact it used to come on and show this monkey moonwalking with a boombox. Can't find it nowhere. I've Googled on Google. I've been on DuckDuckGo. I cannot find nothing on it. People say there's racist overtones, but I can't find nothing on it. I know I'm not imagining it because I would make jokes and my mom would laugh and we'd be like, dude, that's kind of racist having a monkey moonwalking with a boombox. Can't find it nowhere. It's like the internet has been completely swept, just like the Sinbad movie that everyone says exists and Google tells you it never happened. Ain't no Mandela effect. I know what I saw. I saw that monkey. I said monkey. I saw that monkey moonwalking with a boombox. PBS just don't want no lawsuit for racism. That's what it is. I know what I saw though. If Chisora wins, they got to give him a title shot. Yeah, he says he's retiring though, but if he wins, he's probably not going to retire. Fendora's sister's fighting on the card tonight. I didn't even know he had a sister that fought. Making me look bad, Bruce. I didn't know none of this stuff. Bruce is dropping some bombs. I didn't even know that. She's tougher than him? Wow. That's saying a lot because Fendora's a pretty tough cookie. She tall too? She taught him how to box, huh? Wow. Wow. That's interesting. I'm going to have to check that out. My favorite division is the heavyweights, of course, but since there's no heavyweight fights going, I got to check out the lower divisions, man. Because Terrence Crawford's one of my favorite fighters when he was fighting, of course. Um, yeah, I hear Rolly's about to fight Devin Haney. Sounds like Roy Jones is saying that Devin Haney shouldn't overlook Rolly. I just want to see Devin and Ryan Garcia get it on. I think Showbiz had posted that they're supposed to fight in Allegiant Stadium, where the Raiders play in Vegas. I don't know. It's a fun card, not full of A fighters, but all action with B plus fighters. Sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes it's the fighters that aren't A listers or headliners. Sometimes it's the guys that are B, maybe even C level because they're trying to prove themselves and become A listed fighters, top fighters. So sometimes those B plus fighters can give you a great show. Like I've been to boxing gyms and seen some great wars behind closed doors that people would never have known about. But you see a lot of great sparring when you go to some of these local gyms. The one I saw was in, of course, my hometown, San Diego, over there by City College. It was a high ring. I remember that. That ring was high up in the air. Kind of like the fight I went to that was canceled in downtown San Diego. It was like the ring was on the stage, and then the main event didn't even happen because there was no paramedics on the site. They canceled the whole thing. I was supposed to walk out with my buddy too. I was supposed to come out to his music with him, and didn't even get my opportunity. Met who did I meet at that fight? Terry Norris, who's from San Diego. Met Terry Norris, shook his hand. I I know what's the guy's name that his rival they were fighting. They had some bad blood. They fought on the Tyson Buster Mathis undercard. I used to talk to that fighter on the MySpace days, and I grew up with his brother. We just called him D. I don't even know his last name, but we called him D. We used to play electric football. Remember electric football? We used to paint the men and I knew his brother though. Grew up with him in Southeast San Diego. So shout out to Terry Norris. Hope he's doing all right. And shout out to the dude. I can't even remember his name. Would have to Google it. But I've been on here about an hour, so I guess I'll stop running my pie hole. And let you guys enjoy your night. You got to check out Bruce Gass's live stream. Appreciate everybody that came through. My regulars and non-regulars. I just don't see Chisora beating Wilder. I wouldn't have seen Chisora beating the old Deontay Wilder, but this softer, gentler Wilder, I can absolutely see him beating Deontay Wilder. All this smiling and laughing. I can see Chisora beating this dude. Chisora gave Usyk his toughest fight. So if he could do that to Usyk, what can he do to Wilder, a guy that's not known to be the best boxer in the world? He's pretty much a one-trick pony, and people are on to that. So, Wilder can win. It's possible, especially since Chisora's kind of acting friendly too. But who knows? Before, though, with the old Wilder, I would have said Chisora's chances were slim and none, and Slim's out of town. Shout out to Don King. I think Wilder will sleep Chisora. It might happen. Did I talk about Wardley versus Triple D? A little bit. I talked about I got Wardley. Who you got? I think Wardley's tougher mentally than Daniel Dubois. So I think when he gets hurt, he'll fight through the pain. I think when Daniel Dubois gets hurt, something switches, and unless his dad's cheering him on, then it's good night. If he don't hear his dad or see him in the crowd, he's about to either quit or get knocked out. Excuse me, or get knocked out. I think Wardley too. Why is Triple D getting a title shot? That's what Skrilla 50 was on there saying. Why is he getting a shot after he just got stopped by Usyk? And I said one reason and one reason only: Frank Warren. Frank Warren seems to have taken a liking to Daniel Dubois like I've never seen. I think he just wants a Brit to have a title. It's like he just likes this guy. So we'll know something's up if Daniel gets stopped or loses here, and then he gets another title shot. We'll be like, all right, stop the presses, Frank. Time out, bro. No more title shots for you, dude. Stop it. Stop it. You're Dana White's talking about boxing Eddie Hearn. Someone told Oscar De La Hoya about that. He was like, what? He said, I could knock out Eddie Hearn with one punch, but I'd actually pick him to beat Dana White. I seen Eddie box around. It seemed like he got some skills. Of course, Dana White used to be a boxer, not pro from what I understand. But yeah, I think I go with Eddie. Didn't Zuffa approach Anthony Joshua? I guess Dana White was trying to get back at Eddie for signing Tom Aspinall. So I guess he thought I'll really checkmate him if I get AJ. But you know, AJ's loyal to Eddie Hearn. He ain't going nowhere. Signed that lifetime contract. I just didn't understand that, but loyalty's big. Frank Warren loves Triple D like a son. Yeah, yes, he does. I see that too. Dana White is not tough. He ain't fooling me. Hey, what's up? What's up with you, man? So you think Dana White is just a lot of hot air? He kind of gives mafia vibes. But I guess Francis Ngannou wasn't afraid of him, according to Dana White. You know, Francis Ngannou hemmed him up. Oh, speaking of UFC stuff, even Tom Aspinall is defending John Jones, saying, you know, this might shock people, you're saying, but there's no reason this guy shouldn't be getting paid. I forget the amount, but shouldn't be getting paid what he's asking for. This guy's the best fighter to ever be in the UFC. That's absurd that John Jones isn't getting the money. So shout out to Tom Aspinall for showing love to John Jones and looking at the bigger picture. That was a very classy of him to do. UFC guys need to get paid more. You said Dana White stuff because he's got Turkey giving him money. He was talking tough way before he and Turkey even started doing business. You know? Wasn't Dana supposed to fight what's his name? Tito Ortiz? Didn't Tito back out or something like that? But I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I got some videos coming. Thanks for watching. Be down that thumbs up, Cash App, like I said, $J Roos33. And let me read this one last comment. I never heard of no Tom Aspinall, but I don't watch UFC. Yeah, Tom Aspinall is the current UFC heavyweight champion. They wanted a showdown with he and John Jones. He's from the UK. Eddie Hearn ended up signing him for some type of business deal, but he's still with Dana White in the UFC. But yeah, Tom Aspinall, last fight he got thumbed in the eye with Cyril Gahn. And John Jones said that he saw quit in Tom Aspinall when the pressure was on in another fight. So John Jones was dissing Tom Aspinall, but Aspinall had his back, saying that he should be paid what he deserves. And I should be paid what I deserve, so donate. Anyway, thanks for watching. LSR Forever. Go check out my interviews playlist, and appreciate all of you. Love you guys. And give your lives to the Most High, Yahweh, Yeshua. You won't regret it. LSR Forever. Be fearless. Yeah.